Eamon, what are we learning here?
Yeah, Scott, that's right. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just stopped and talked to some reporters here on the North Lawn of the White House. I asked him about that report earlier today that the U.S. is considering software curbs for China in retaliation for the Chinese action on trade. The Treasury Secretary said, yes, they are considering those kinds of software curbs. He said everything is on the table. He was also asked about Russia sanctions, and he signaled that something significant may be coming. Here's what the Treasury Secretary had to say just a short time ago.
We are going to either announce after the close this afternoon or first thing tomorrow morning a substantial pickup in Russia sanctions.
So there you heard the Treasury Secretary saying he's going to announce a substantial pickup in Russia sanctions. He didn't specify what that is, Scott. There have been a number of discussions in Washington around a bill up on Capitol Hill to increase sanctions on those who import Russian oil. Not clear if that would be part of what the Treasury Secretary is talking about, but he did say it could come after the close today, so that is in just about 20 minutes' time.
Well, we'll watch all of that. Obviously, the software news seems to be the most relevant, I think, to how the markets may take that. What's interesting, Eamon, like a name like Microsoft is up, still up 2/3 of 1%. I've read some other things about a software component that Intel has in addition to chips. That stock's down 3%. But we'll see what ends up coming from that, and if it has the same impact on some of the software players as it has at times over the chip names, which have obviously been in the news related to the same sort of headlines.
Yeah, and this is tricky for investors, Scott, because as you weigh all these headlines, you have to figure how much of this is sort of trade saber rattling ahead of the meeting next week, and how much of this is really actually on the table and actually likely to happen. We know that the president is departing for Malaysia on Friday. We know that the Treasury Secretary has said that he'll be having meetings with the Chinese delegation as early as this weekend. So all of this next couple of days in the run-up to those meetings could be both sides jockeying for position in those talks, saying, hey, if you're coming at us with this, as a reminder, we have that response ready to go. So you have to take all of that into context as you make a decision if you're an investor looking to place money on this.
Did he say anything, the Treasury Secretary, about the on again, off again, maybe yes, maybe no meeting between President Trump and President Xi?
No, I mean, his tone was, all full steam ahead. He didn't specifically say that. I don't think. It was a little chaotic there. There were a lot of reporters, and some people were. There's a little pushing and shoving, but so I didn't catch everything he had to say, to be honest. No, the whole vibe from the Treasury Secretary was this meeting is on. But you did hear the president yesterday raise the prospect, sort of unprompted, that the meeting could not happen between himself and Xi Jinping. He said sometimes people might pull out of a meeting that might say things are too nasty to have a meeting right now. The president said, but this is just business, so it's not too nasty. So it sounded like the president was suggesting that Xi Jinping was the one who might pull out of the meeting before it happens tentatively at the end of next week. White House officials will point out to you that no meeting has officially been scheduled between Trump and Xi Jinping, even though the president has been talking about it for some weeks now.
It's a good point you make. Eamon, thank you very much.